Alright, in this video tutorial we're going to have a look at a frequency distribution table, and we've seen these before, and they mainly consist of a table, and on one column, usually the left hand column, it'll be what it's about. So it could be the number of pets, it could be the number of brothers and sisters, it could be the colour of a car, it could be anything. In this case we're going to look at a six-sided die, which is a dice. A single one is called a die, so a six-sided die. We're going to roll it 20 times and we're going to see what we end up with. Now the table itself will have 3 columns in this case, and think about if you roll a six-sided die, what are the possible outcomes? What are the only things that you can get when you roll a dice? Correct. So what we've got is, here's our table, and the number on the die is either a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 6. Okay, I've put a little X there next to it. Don't worry about that too much. We're just saying that the number could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3. So it's a number between 1 and 6. So that's what X stands for. The tally is going to be our little tally marks, and I'll show you how that works. And the frequency is the total number of 1s and the total number of 2s and so on. And that's F for frequency. Alright, so let's start. Well, on the right side here we've got 5. See how this works. Where it is. So we got a 5. So there's 1. I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to quickly do all of these now. Oops, it's not working very well. Okay, let me try something else. Right, let me just do it with a backslash. Right, so we got a 5, we got a 6, we got a 2, we've got another 2, we've got another 6, we've got another 5. So far we've got a 3-sided dice. Oh, 2 again. This is supposed to be a random generator, and clearly it's a weird dice so far. Oh, another 2. What I'll do this time is I will just strike through that one somehow. Where is it? There it is. So there's 5 of those so far. Oh, we've got another 5. Right. Hey, we got another one, a different one. We've got a 4, a 6, a 4, a 5. This can happen, obviously, and this is supposed to be, I say, a random generator, so let's have a look. There's our 3. Now I've said we're going to roll it 20 times, so I haven't been checking. So 5, 6, 10, 16 so far. That's 17. Now notice I'm putting a strike through, which is counting for 5. There's a 4. 2 more, I think. Another 4. And a 1. Right, let's just have a look at that tally. What I'll do... Sorry, just talking to myself here, I forgot I was on video. Alright, the total here now then is 5, 10, 14, 18, 19, 20. So that's okay, that's what we said there. Now, look across here, frequency. Frequency is how many times. So how many times do we get a 1? 1. How many times do we get a 2? 5. How many times do we get a 3? 1. And so on. And I'm just going down the list like that. Okay. And that is where we want the total. So there's 20 of those all together. So I was right first time. Okay. So we've got 20 of those, and you'll notice that we've hit all of them. Doesn't have to happen. And it's going to be an interesting one here when we do the mean and the median and the mode, because let's have a look. Anyway, let's have a look at our central tendency first. Okay. Except my pen's not working. There it is. So the central tendency. Okay, as I said, I'm using this word. It's often referred to as the average. And we've got, right, let's go with the easiest first. The mode is the number on the dice that turned up the most. Well, this actually doesn't tell us much, really. Alright, because there's 5 2s and there's 5 5s. So there are 5 2s and 5 5s. Okay. The mode then is 2 or 5. Alright. The mode is 2 or 5, which doesn't really tell us much. This is officially, because there's 2 of them, is by modal. Often that doesn't tell us a lot because you can see they're very different. We got a 2 and we got a 5. Okay. Moving through. Let's go with the median next. Now the median, first thought, you're probably looking down the left-hand column, and you're probably thinking, well, the middle numbers are 2 and a 3 and a 4. Okay, so you're probably looking here and saying, what's the middle number? This is totally wrong, I'm afraid. And what we have to do is arrange them in order. Okay, well, it's already in order in a table. It's already in order in that table. It says there's 1 1, followed by 5 2s, followed by 1 3, and so on. So they're already in order. Now there's 20 of them. I could list them all out again. But what happens if I roll this dice 200 times? What happens if I rolled it 2,000 times? We don't want to be listing it all out. Okay. So what we've got to do is find the middle of these 20 values. All right. Now look what we've got. We've got 20 rolls of the dice in total. So we want the middle. Let's go for the middle. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So we are looking for the number which is in the 10th position. However, because there's 20, there will be 2 middles. So we're looking at the 10th and the 11th position. Now I'm going to show you that in a minute, but let's just go count down through our list. We've got 1 1, there's 5 2s, so altogether we've counted 6 numbers. There's a 3, so that's 7 numbers. Here, if I can't go into the 4, the 8th number is a 4, the 9th number is a 4, the 10th number is a 4, and the 11th number is a 4. So the 10th and the 11th gives us a median of 4. Now that's a little bit confusing, as I say, so just so that we can show you, I'll do this longhand, but I would never do this if there's more than 20, that's for sure. Right, let's have a look at it. How many 1s are there? 1. How many 2s are there? 5. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s. How many 3s are there? Well, there's just 1 of those. 4s, there's 4 of those. There's 5 5s. And there's 4 6s. Now that's listing it all out. So now you've got your data written out in a list in order from small to big. Okay. So straight away you can see that there are 5 2s and 5 5s. So that's the mode. Now look at the median. The median is the 1 in the middle. But unfortunately there's not 1 in the middle. Left and right. Watch what I do. Now this would be tedious if there was 2,000 of them. So we don't want this as a method that we use all the time. But what I'm trying to do is work my way to the middle. And just as we said before, there's those 2 4s there. So the median is a 4. Now look what we've got. From the left, we're trying to get to the middle. There's 20 numbers. So halfway is the 10th position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's my 10th number. But because it's an even number of data, I have to do the 10th and the 11th. Okay, so there's your median. Alright, and then the mean, again, if there's 20 of them, we can sort of just add them all up and divide by 20. But the whole idea of the frequency distribution table is not to do that. So if we had 2,000 pieces of data, you don't want to list them all out and count them all and add them all up. So what we can do on our frequency distribution table is add an extra column. Alright, okay, now let's just take you through this. Alright, here we go. If I have a list, whoa, I'm going to get seasick there. If you have a list, then when I start counting from the end, I've got 1, which is 1 times 1. Now, then I'd go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But what I'm doing is I'm adding on 5 2s, alright? So there's a 2, and there's 5 of them. So 5 times 2 is 10. Alright, so I've got 5 lots of 2, or like that, which is 10. Okay, look at my 3s now. How many 3s have I got? Well, I've got 1 of those. So that would give me a total of 3. How many 4s have I got? I've got 4 of those. So what I'm doing is little subtotals each time. So 4 times 4 is 16. Then I've got 5s. How many 5s have I got? 5 of them. What does that give me? 25. And then finally, I've got 6s. Yeah, I've got some 6s there. How many have I got? I've got 4, which is 24. I haven't left myself much space there. But the total of all that lot, and this is where your calculator can come in. Very handy if you need it. What I've done is I've multiplied the frequency times x, that number. Alright, so this is f times x. Okay. What does that give me? Looking over here on the right, I've got 1 plus 5 2s make 10 plus 3 1s make 3 plus 4 4s are 16 plus 5 5s are 25 plus 6 4s are 24. And when I add all that together, I get 79. So let me just, I'll squeeze that underneath. Sorry about that. 79. Alright. So the mean, when I add them all together like we did before, gives 79. Now I'm going to divide it by how many rolls I had. Alright. So now I'm going to do 79 divided by, well, there's 6 numbers on the dice, but I rolled it 20 times. So it's 79 divided by 20, which is 3.95. Okay. So there's my 3 averages. Okay. I've got a mode and a median and a mean. It looks like the average, the central tendency is looking like a 4-ish. We've got a 2 and a 5, doesn't tell you much. A median of 4 and a mean of 3.95. Okay. The range, well, we did roll some 6s and we did roll some 1s. So 6 take away 1 has a range of scores of 5 altogether. Done. Just in time.